everyone, welcome back. It's me, Erin, again, and today, as you can see, I don't have anything on my face, but I do have my brows done. So you guessed it, I'm going to do a brow tutorial. The reason why I'm doing another brow tutorial, if you've looked on my channel, there is a brow tutorial already. But when I did that, I was using a different camera and I was using a different computer. I had no idea how to video edit and the camera was just poop. I didn't have good lighting or anything like that. And honestly, the technique was really bad. I normally don't do my brows like that, but the way it came across on camera was really bad. So this is basically what you would say my redemption video. So if you're interested to see how I do my brows, go ahead and stay tuned and we'll get right into it. Okay everyone, so as I already said in my introduction, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do my brows. Now, as you can tell, I don't have any makeup on, but I do already have one brow done just for time's sake because I swear my videos are long and I don't know why I can't cut them down. But I figured showing you on one brow should cut it down a little bit, and let's go ahead and get this started. Now you're going to need just a few products, and these are the products that I use in order to do my brows. I use a total of 3 brushes. So the first brush that I use is my MAC 208 brush, and it looks like this. It's the smaller angled brush. The second brush I use is a little bit longer angled brush. It looks like this. This is the MAC 263. It is very, very thin. And then just because I use a spoolie, I also will use this Anastasia number 20 brush. It's got a spoolie on one end and it's flat on the other. So I typically do clean up with concealer, although I haven't done it yet on this side, so I'll probably do it in this video. I will use something like this to apply the concealer underneath my brow to clean up. So let's go ahead and show you the products that I use. I use the Anastasia brow powder, and I use either the medium brown or I use the dark brown, but today I did use the dark brown. As you can see, there's 2 different colors. I use the Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the color medium brown, and it looks like that. And at the end, I do go ahead and use a brow gel, and this one is by Anastasia as well, and it's in the color Granite. I don't always use a brow gel, but I did in this video. But I just do it when I want to put a little bit of color, maybe lighten them up a little bit, but I don't do it every time that I do my brows. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with my MAC 208 brush, and I'm going to start with the brow powder first. Well, first actually I'm going to comb through my brows. So I'm going to use the number 20 brush, and I'm going to comb my brows into place, which isn't very hard because I don't have very much. Then I'm going to take this brow powder and I'm going to use the darker side. I'm going to get my brush covered in it, and I'm going to go ahead and start to fill in the brow just with like you would if you were to just use powder. I do this step first because it allows me, once I start using the Dip Brow Pomade, it allows me to not use as much and my brows don't look as harsh. But I notice that when I don't do this, I kind of go crazy with the pomade, and then it looks like I have angry brows, and that is the last thing that we want. So we're just going to go ahead and fill these in. Get the general shape that you want. And I'm promising not to blab like I normally do in my videos, so enjoy the ambiance. When I get to the front, I start using a lighter hand, because the front you do want to be lighter. So I don't really pick up any product, I just kind of spread what I have. Now going into the lighter color, pick some of that up. And I'm going to work on the front because I do need to extend my brow a little bit in the front. So I just take that and I slowly and lightly extend the front of my brow. Now since I already have the other brow done, I'm going to make sure, you know, the thickness is as close to possible. Now everybody says brows aren't twins, they're sisters or distant cousins or whatever. I want my brows to be twins, darn it. I don't want them to be just sisters. I want them to be darn twins. But, you know, you gotta work with what you have. I guess you could say I basically use the brow powder as a stencil for me laying down the dip brow. It's basically the best way to describe it. So now that I have that, that's what it looks like. And you could totally stop here. This is where a lot of people stop. You could go out of the house and not worry about it. The reason why I do the extra step and do the brow pomade is because due to some of my medications, I sweat a little bit more and a little bit easier. And if I just put on brow powder and I go to wipe my sweat or anything and I go like this, there goes my whole entire brow. So in order to avoid that, I have to go in with the dip brow. So I'm going to take a little bit of that again on the 263 brush, and I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to basically, excuse me, I'm going to basically brush the sides and get very little. You need very little of this product. And we're going to go ahead and start outlining. So I'm going to start kind of not really at the front, but more towards the middle. Or not the middle, like the third of the brow. I can't even think straight. And I'm going to start underlining. My whole brow. And when I get to the tail of course is going to be the darkest. Picking up product as you need, and then I'm going to slowly work towards the front. I'm going to create a nice soft line like that. Then I'm going to go along the top. Again, not starting right in the front, starting a little further back. And I'm just going to outline the top of the brow until I get, so it should look like that. And then when I get to the front again, slowly going to come forward. So it should look like this. Now I'm going to take whatever is on the brush and I'm just going to slowly brush through the brow with the product. So it kind of sets with the powder that I have. And that is about it. I'm going to take just a little, pick up the tiniest bit more. And I'm going to get the very front of the brow. I just need a little bit of product. I slowly feather that in. Okay. Once I have that done, then I'm going to take the spoolie again. And I'm going to comb through because I want to make sure that I didn't put too much product in any areas. I don't want it to be any clumps or anything like that. So should look like that. They look pretty even. Now all I have to do is put my brow gel on. And I just comb through. Again, getting that definitely in the front is where I want to deposit most of that. And then I work my way to the end. So that is actually my brow routine. That's how it goes. Now, I forgot to show you one other thing. Now, I do use, whenever I do a full look, I use concealer under the brows just to clean them up a little bit. And when I do that, I use my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the color medium is what I use. Now, the color that I use to clean underneath my brows is this top color right here. Now, if I happen to be doing, if I need to do a real clean effect and I want to do above the brow, I either use foundation or I use this color right here because this matches my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up with this top color, and that color is actually NC30 is what that color is. So I'm going to take the other end of the number 20 brush and I'm going to pick up some product, both ends. And now we're going to carve out the brow. So we're just going to go underneath it as close as possible. And this is just going to really clean up the brow. It also gives the brow a little bit of a highlight if you don't use shadow to highlight your brow. So once you do that, get that in there. Then you drag the excess product down. And then I take my finger, my ring finger, and I make sure to blend that into the skin so you can't see it. And that is how that looks. When all is said and done, it should look like this. I hope that you guys maybe pick something up. This is just my technique of doing my brows. Typically this is how I always do it. I never just do powder, or I don't just do a pencil, just because my brows won't last for me. But this is how I can do them and make sure they last. So I also like a little bit of a stronger brow, so this works out perfectly for me. If you happen to have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and leave your comments below. Also, if you have any requests on what to see, leave that below as well. I hope you thumbs up this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Stay blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.